Hello, and thank you again for joining me as part of the How to Publish a Children's Book series. Now, my intention for this series is to go through a number of the different things that you need to consider when you're self-publishing a children's book. Now, if you haven't been to this channel before, welcome. My name is Romney. Now, I'm a best-selling author, and I'm also the publisher of a series of books called Archie the Bear. Now, this is one of the books from Archie. Now, if you would like to go back to video 1, if you haven't seen that, I do bring up Archie the Bear on Amazon and show you how that book is currently tracking. And what I wanted to do was to bring a lot of the things together that you do need to know as you self-publish children's books. Now, they can be fantastic fun to publish, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity to self-publish children's books. And a lot of this information comes off the back of my best-selling course on Udemy about how to write, create, and publish a standout children's book for yourself. So if you want more information about that course, it's a comprehensive 5-hour course, just make sure you check out the links below. Now, in this video, we're going to be discussing niche research. And niche research is one of those difficult topics because it doesn't necessarily come naturally. You do need to work on different skills to be able to find the right niches. And this video alone won't show you everything you need to know about niche research. Sometimes you go down a rabbit warren of different ideas and you get stuck in one, and then other days you just might find something very, very quickly. But my publishing schedule has slowed down a lot since I first started to self-publish books, and I complete a book maybe every 6 months now. It all comes down to creating the right storyline, giving my illustrator enough time to illustrate the amazing pictures that she's done, and I don't want to rush her. And also the important part, which I'll cover in another video, is about the book launch. You don't want to rush the book launch by having so many books that are coming out. So let's get on to our niche research. But before we do that, I'm going to just show you one slide from the course about the framework that you need to put together when creating a children's picture storybook. So let's get onto that now. Now, one of the key areas that I cover in section 2 of the publishing course for children's books is about your framework and creating your correct framework for your book. And a component of that framework is to research and find your book idea, and also Amazon niche research. And there are 2 Chrome extensions that I'd recommend that you get, called AMZ Suggestion Expander and also DS Amazon Quick View. And I'll refer to those during this video, but I just wanted to give you a heads up if you don't already have these. And so let's get into our Amazon niche research, and I'll get onto the main platform of Amazon right now. Now, the first thing that I do is go into incognito mode, just so that I have a fresh start with what I'm searching. I don't want Amazon to preempt different books that I'm looking for, so that's why I go onto incognito. And up here, I've got my 2 Chrome extensions. This one's DS Amazon Quick View, and this one is the AMZ Suggestion Expander. So what I would normally do, you can go to children's books, and let's just have a bit of a look and see what books are currently trending for this different niche area. So we've got Pete the Cat, which is a very popular book, Around the Farm, Dragons, Life Skills, Dinosaurs. So the general things are just here, but what I generally do for my niche research is just see if there's any trending patterns. I can see there's been a couple of dinosaur books there, another dinosaur book. So dinosaur books are obviously quite popular. Crane book. Let's go back up here and let me see if I can look at different books. So we might be thinking about a book about air travel for kids. So let's go children's transportation books. So we might have a look through here and see if there's any books about planes or anything. We can see ships, planes and aviation books. Let's see if there's anything here that we might be able to use. Keep going down. On a plane activity book, so that's a very popular one. My first book of airplanes, that's at 33,000, so that's pretty good. Keep going down. Andre Learns to Share. Monster Trucks is popular. Another airplane book there, 25,000. The Airplane Pilot, 70,000. What I'd then do is consider that as an area for expansion. And what I'd probably do is hover over and have a bit of a look at the different areas that might help me out. So I'll go to the look inside. I'll see how they put this book together. It might be quite simple, which is looks like this. So they've got a bit of a story, some simple illustrations are in there, and it goes through the story. Now what I would normally do is scroll down and see what the reviews are like. There's 35 ratings or reviews, and I'll see what's working, what isn't working, and have a look at those star ratings there. So even though it's got some 3, 2s and 1s, it's still tracking at 70,000, which is quite good. It's in a couple of different versions, and it was published back in July 2021, so it's been around for a while. What I would probably do is, there's a new feature on Publisher Rocket, so children's planes and aviation books. So I'll go to Publisher Rocket. If you haven't got Publisher Rocket before, or if you haven't got it, I'll leave a link below for you to check it out. It's a one-off payment for Publisher Rocket, and it's a fantastic way to do your niche research. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do a search under books, and what we're going to do is to see if there's any categories under a new feature of Publisher Rocket, which I really like. So if we do aviation, and we go down to, we might actually go back here, and it's called children's, I'll just copy that, and see if that comes up directly for this. It's not there, so what we might do is go to planes. Okay, that might be there. So we've got, so to get to number 1 ranking bestseller, you need 27 books sold, 11 to get in the top 10. 70% of the books published in this area, niche, are from large publishers. Now what we do is click Insights, and this will tell us it's actually got a category negative growth. So that may not be one we want to get into. However, let's just say you found a book about money for kids. Let's have a look. Business books, see if there's any books for here for children. Can't see any there, but I did see when I was on Amazon, if I go back to the start, if I just get rid of that and go click, and we're going to go back to, let me go back to the start. Click here, Amazon best-selling books. And I just saw this one. This one's got no reviews, but it's sitting at number 1 in the bestsellers. So it's doing quite well. So let's click here, and we're going to go down and find out what this is ranking. So this is money and saving, or children's money. Let's see if there's anything on that in Publisher Rocket. Books. Children's books, money and saving, insights. This one's got a lot of growth. So if you created a children's book about money, then this could be a great niche for you to get into. Yes, there are a lot of sales to get to number 1, but to get to number 10, you only need 15. A lot of the larger publishers are in this, which means that they must know something about the growth of this area. So that's a bit of an indication of how to use Publisher Rocket to your advantage, and you can also use this Insights tool a lot of different ways. And what you can also do is to link it up and to find out what goes straight to it, and you can see the different books that may be made in this area. So Brock and the Savings Shock. So if we go to this book here, we can find out what's inside this book. That might give some inspiration as well. So we can scroll down and have a bit of a look and see what this book's about. So it looks pretty simple. The illustrations are done well, but the way that they've written it is fairly simple. And that could be something that you could do yourself. So that's how I go through different areas, just checking it out. And then what I do is actually use a niche tracker. And for example, I've got a niche there called Kids Learn to Write Letter Tracing, and I've got the different keywords, and I've got what they call a long tail keyword, the average BSR. So if we go back to this book here, then we can use, say, Savings Shock. That would be a keyword that we might use, or Money Tails, they're keywords. And if we go down and have a look, it's at 4,000. The other thing we can do is go back one. To find out how this niche is going, I'm using KD Spy. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. KD Spy is a great tool to be able to find out how certain books are tracking, and it will give you the overall sales rank. So if we wait for these to load up, it'll also give you popularity. It's popular, potential, and there's only middle ground competition. If that was red, you might think about whether you go into it or not. But that's a really, really average sales rank across all these top 20 books. They're ranked under 7,081 with an average monthly revenue of 82,000. And if you look at this one here, Little Diamond Learns to Earn, it's got him at $1,382. That number one rank. But all these other ones are doing really well themselves, so you might be able to find out if there's some other books here that you get an idea from, and you can also track the keywords. You can get a word cloud and find out, and using these as keywords in your tracker to add into your title or subtitle of your book. But that's a bit about niche research. It's obviously not hugely comprehensive, but I wanted to show you some of the techniques I use when I'm going through niche research to find those books. And it doesn't have to be as complicated as creating low and no content books, but for children's books, because I don't create a lot of them, I just take my time, just finding out what's trending, what kind of niches would I like and would I be interested in going into, and then creating the story or the framework around that to begin with. So hopefully all of that helps. Niche research for kids' books can be great fun, and I do also understand the frustration that can come with trying to find profitable niches or uncompetitive niches. But the way I sometimes look at it is, if there are niches that are doing well, they might be competitive, but if I can create a great book, why can't I share some of that success in that particular niche? Niches that have a huge amount of competition shouldn't be an overall turn-off. Yes, there are niches that maybe if you're beginning, you probably should get into those, but also try and create your book in a particular niche and have a number of books maybe in that niche if that's possible. So if it was books about plane travel, then it could be about going on a holiday. It could be about flying on an airplane for the first time. There could be a few different things that you can do about aviation, and so that's where I recommend trying to hop into a niche and stay in that, but it's not always possible. And like I've done with a few of my books, I haven't stuck in a particular niche, but what I've done is got new experiences for kids. But remember, if you do need tools to help you with your niche research, I did use Publisher Rocket. I've got KD Spy. So they might be two tools that you would like to get. They're just one-off payments. You don't have ongoing subscription fees with those tools. So just check it out below in the link. And also use those Chrome extensions as well. They really help to sort of justify some of the niches that you might want to get into. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and I look forward to sharing with you more information as we step into keywords as part of video number 3. Until then, I'll catch you later on.